Andrew's here with us. KJ, thoughts, mate.
Boring, uninspiring, unimaginative, drab, dross, cowardly, desperate. That's all I've got to say about this game today. People will praise the defense, being like, "Oh yes, we didn't concede and we played really well defensively." But what's the point of doing all of that if you can't string two passes together to score a goal? What's the point of doing that when you've clearly your game plan is to just not concede? I don't think he came here to win. He didn't come here to win. He just came here to not concede, and that's fine in the grand scheme of like if you're trying to progress somewhere and you're going somewhere as a club. Tough away game against a tough team. You're near the top of the table. You'll take a point away from home and try and beat him at home. But that's not the case for Man United. We are down in the pits. Every game we must win to try and get anywhere closer to the objective of top four. And today we just didn't do anything to inspire that things are going to change. If this was a game, quote unquote, that's supposed to be your last chance to show that you've got something to be Manchester Man United manager, you've not shown anything because there's no bit of hope. Even if, let's say, we show some patterns, we show some fight, and actual like shots on goal, actual big chances created, and then maybe you lose, you can kind of swallow it because you kind of like, you know what, yeah, at least he went out swinging, but he didn't go out swinging. He went out with his guard up. He went out there with the players, making sure that they're just not going to concede. And people will be like, "Oh yeah, but look how you guys have been, how poor you guys have been." This is a really good point. This is the point I'm trying to make. We are embarrassing in terms of we've been little boyed now. We're getting little boyed, getting little broed by everyone. I'm hearing commentators pat us on the head because we haven't conceded in 30 minutes. It's not good enough. It's not good enough, especially for a man who's supposedly on the chopping block. So I don't want to hear, "Oh, but you guys did well. Oh, but look at the players. They actually turned up today." Don't hear none of that. It wasn't good enough. If you're trying to get better, this is not how you do it. And personally, my mind hasn't changed. I know what I want him to do. I know what I want Ineos to do. Yeah, and that's it. But yeah, no credit from me, to be fair, because Villa, they were off it today. Yeah, another day we just get bad.
Listen, I'd get your frustration. The reason he didn't go out swinging, the reason he didn't really try and attack them is because we can't do two things at once, Man United. When we open up and try and attack, we concede 3 or 4 goals. When we compact and don't overcommit going forward, we struggle to score goals. It always goes one of those two ways. So I'm not surprised. I just heard him speak now, though, in his interview, and he just said that this is a real good team, good bunch. We're working hard. We're working hard to improve the process. This is a long-term project, and we just got to keep faith with what we're doing.
It's not a long-term project, bro. Oh my days! It's not. I don't think it's generally that hard to make us better. I really don't. I don't know G might come and counter that with players and the mentality, and we've had this discussion on Twitter before, so that's fine. And I agree with him in that sense. But every game, it can't be just about keep the faith, believe, like we it's a process, it's long. Like we can't keep doing that. There needs to be a solution because I'm not seeing a solution from anywhere. I'm not seeing anything changing. It's literally just the same stuff week in, week out, and it's just hoping that players will score. I saw Anthony take a shot today, which was a decent shot, but he received the ball from Dalot. And after that, Dalot was the only man near him to actually pass to. It's constantly our players are isolated from each other, and people are wondering why we're not scoring. It's not enough, man. It's not enough. It's not enough. I'm sorry. I don't care what anyone says. I don't know who backing him. He's not doing enough for me to say that he should manage Manchester United. And today's game is not an indication that things are changing. It's literally just he didn't get beat. Well done.
In the sunshine, there's not much to review in the match in itself, but do you think Ten Hag's team selection today is an indication that he's gone?
I don't think it can be that surface level, to be fair, to go off a team selection to say he's gone. I think the people that are adamant of getting him out, knowing that he hasn't been sacked in the last week or two, are now stretching to certain ideologies that, let's try and find a reason for him to get gone. I don't think his team selection is fair to look at and say he's gone. His team selection today got the job done in terms of defensively. 2 parts to the story, by the way, I'm not saying overall. So, again, I'm thinking, do I put myself in his shoes? Don't concede today. Trying to hold on to a draw, starting building blocks of a foundation. Sometimes when shit hits the fan, you got to go back to the basics in anything. Now, I'm not saying that in favour or against Ten Hag. I'm just trying to put myself in his shoes. He's a man trying to keep his job. So if that's the case, let me go back to the foundation. I believe he did that today in terms of defensively. But the opportunities we had when we did go forward, bear in mind, shall we say, Aston Villa are a very good team at the moment. They've been consistent in the sense of what they did last season. They brought into this season. So this isn't like Villa, some easy team. This Villa team should have whopped us 3-0, 4-0 based on form alone. So there has to be some form of credit, whether you like it or not, or whether it goes against the favour of sacking him. There has to be. I'm just trying to be objective here. But in terms of going forward again, Terry, I want to see Man United win. And we had major opportunities to put the ball. Forget the free kick. Free kicks either go in or they don't. It's either brilliant or it's not. But gone at you right at the end, that through ball. There's just the lack of quality. Bruno's there, busting the gut, sprinting forward. Zertsky I just don't rate him at this moment in time. He's another Weghorst. He's great with link-up play and everything else, but then what? What else? We've got no one clinical, in my opinion, in the front forward again to just break the lines or just do something dominant. We don't have predator instincts, and I think a lot of it's been built up from the pressure where we saw Rashford in the first half. I think Dalot who made the overlap? It was either Dalot or Haaland, one of them. And it's like he hesitated to make the pass, and that shows already that their mindset is collapsed. It's gone. Like there's no decisiveness within what they're trying to do no more. So they are going to be scrapping for wins now. They are going to be looking at trying to hit people on the counter and trying to get a 1-0, 2-0 win, because that's where they are at the moment. Should that be where they want to be? No. But to finalise, there's just no clinical edge. Man United fans, regardless of situation, me personally, I'll speak for myself and myself only. I want to win. I want Man United to win 24/7. So for today, I wanted a win, regardless of manager sacking or not. Like, it's not good enough. But I wanted the win, and I'm looking at the lack of quality, Terry, at the front and thinking, like, there's no hope anyway. Even when there was confidence and you're creating 17 big chances and missing them all, there's no hope. The style of football I thought needs to get in the bin. Like, football, people are overcomplicating it because Pep's come in here and shown you that he could get rid of Ronaldinho, get rid of Eto'o and all them, man, and start playing tiki-taka, and then that's the way of football. Football hasn't changed too much if you don't want it to. Just give me some predatorial instincts in and around that final third, and they'll make stuff happen. Because if you get results, all of a sudden you've got the best style of football in the world. And that's how quickly it can change.
Yeah, I understand that point of view. I do agree that everybody lacked quality today, but it's the fact that our forwards consistently in the last 18 months have looked like this, barring unless somebody has a really good day. The lack of consistency from the majority of our front line tells me this is more about how it's not even the style of play, because again, I think that's overused. I think it's just we're not drilled right. They don't look confident. They don't look like they want to be there. They look unprepared. Sometimes, like from a fighting background that I'm from, I have friends that had fights, and you'd see them. They might go backstage at the event they're at before and go, "Hey, how you feeling?" You see their face. Like, what's wrong? They wouldn't say much because they're trying to keep right. They lose a fight. What happened? I had an awful camp. I knew I didn't feel right. I didn't feel ready. I didn't do the right stuff. Sometimes it was their fault. Sometimes it was the coach, training, personal life, whatever else can happen. And I look at our front line, and there's almost no synergy. There was a really good move we did. Ball gets into Xerxes. Xerxes actually flicks it round the corner really well, thinking, well, a player's going to be running in.
Yeah,
no one there. And it's one of those things where it might look like a bad pass and a silly thing from him to do, but everybody's doing that so consistent that there's no chemistry. If it was FIFA, there'd be red lines everywhere.
That's not really what I'm focused on. Those little things, that's football. Like Zertsky, that little flick was perfect. Anyone who knows ball knows that there should have been a player running onto that. It looks bad on the eye. That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about clear-cut chances that are being made where it's like, bro, put it on target, bag it. Zertsky's had many of them this season alone. Rashford's had many. Garnacho's had many. it's like those bits there that has nothing to do with the style of play or the system. What you do have done enough to get you those big chances, and now it's on the individual to put it through. For the past 3 seasons, Terry, on your show, I've been bagging for predators in the final third, and you lot talking about, oh, get a keeper, we do this. Oh, pack the midfield, we do this. We keep forgetting Eric Ten Hag, first season, managed to have one of the most solid defenses in Europe. It's not too hard to go, you know what? Let's build off that. It's not hard to do that.
So
You jumped the gun too far.
But I understand you though. But I think what you're asking for stems from all the other stuff, in the sense of confidence being grown. That's that first season. Once he settled and we had a solid base, weren't leaking loads of goals, playing decent football. So Rashford had the best season of his career as an example.
Yeah.
We were playing some nice football. We were being predatory. We were converting chances. I think part of our problem is that we are not. The players feel this. I don't think they feel well drilled enough. I don't think they feel ready. I don't think they feel prepared enough. I think they feel the basics are wrong. I think all of that is like a domino effect that leads to these problems. But